Some dirty business are the real business that give you what you really need. Some of my friends that I've encouraged to move into this business, they find it belittling. Sometimes they beg for this same money.
And they can't work.
They can't. That is it. What I would have done differently is focusing on that risk that I didn't take. Don't enter into this business and begin to feel big. If you want to remain absent, the business will remain absent, even in your presence. Yes, the government may be making things hard, but you have to push on. There are risks that I was not able to take from beginning.
Okay.
One of the risks that I didn't take, which I regret till today, is not.
More than 50% of you watching right now haven't subscribed yet to this channel. And I'd like you to do me a favor. Please subscribe now. It is how we continue to bring you the latest education on psychology and well-being so you can become the best at what God has created you to become. And it's also how YouTube recommends this video to more people and a bigger audience. So please do us this favor. Subscribe now and share this video. Okay, Mr. Sam, I'd like to welcome you to the Ulab show.
Thank you very much.
It's good to see you and have you today. And I'd like to begin this episode this way. You know, for over 10 years, you've toured Europe. And after some time, you decided it's time to come back home. So we'd like to understand, who is Mr. Sam? And what was your stay in Europe like that made you say, somehow I've got to go back to Nigeria to build a family or to build a business? So tell us a little bit about Sam and the business you are building.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, my name is Mr. Sam. Yeah, I lived in Europe for a period of 14 years plus.
Okay.
I lived in Germany, I lived in Netherlands, I lived in Denmark, in Lithuania, and many others. Just for hustles.
Okay.
Yeah. So at some point, I felt there's no place like home. So it's time to come back for investment and for family, because I have family over here.
Okay.
And that was the decision that brought me to Nigeria.
Okay, so basically, the need to be close to family brought you to Nigeria.
Exactly.
So you didn't decide to take your family back to Europe. You decided to come down.
No, I prefer being here with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, what did Europe give you financially, and what was missing?
It's not by my power, not by my own strength and knowledge, but I can assure you, yes, Europe blessed me.
Okay.
The fact that I left Europe by myself and came to Nigeria to invest and stay here is enough evidence to tell you that Europe blessed me. Of course, I can always visit there whenever I want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's nothing missing. I'm fulfilled. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I will add that somehow the need for you to stay close to family maybe was missing.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
You are right.
Yes. Okay. I know you do palm kernel crushing business, right?
Yeah.
So when people see where this business is today, okay, because when we come to your factory, it's a big factory with lots of workers working there. I know you didn't start this way. So can you take us back to when you started this business? How did you start it?
Okay. The truth is that I started it in a very little way because of fear of being disappointed along the line. I was introduced into this business by my brother, my younger brother. I remember then whenever I visit Nigeria, he will always tell me, bros, let me take you to this factory, let me take you to this industry, because I usually tell him then, it's time, I'm already thinking of coming back home.
Okay.
To stay in Nigeria. So he did all he could to make sure that I didn't make a mistake.
Okay.
So yes, he introduced, this is one of the businesses. He introduced me to nylon business,
Okay.
pure water business, bread production business, and many others, because I have always wanted to go into
Production.
production. Yeah. So after convincing me for this business, it still took him another 1 year
Okay.
to properly convince me. So we later went into it. We started with few machines, but today, thanks God for where we are.
Okay. So when it was time to start, how did you know that there was market for this business? How do you know that people wanted what will come out from crushing palm kernel? How do you know? How did you decide, okay, let me start with one? Was it because of the money you have in your hands or because of the size of the market? What informed that decision to like say, okay, let's start with 3 machines? Or did you start mechanically somewhere in one small corner and one small kiosk? What informed those choices? Is it the amount of money you had in your hands? And how did you know that people wanted what came out from crushed palm kernel?
Okay, first of all, let me explain a little bit about this business.
Okay.
Palm kernel crushing business is a very lucrative industry because of high demand in it. Demand from soap production factories, pharmaceuticals, and for human consumption as well. Before we got into the business, I was afraid of this particular question you raised.
Okay.
So we were well convinced that the demand is immeasurable. The demand in this oil consumption in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Reason be that Nigeria has a high population. We are highly populated.
Yeah.
The higher the population, the higher the consumption.
Yeah.
The lesser the population, the lesser the consumption.
Yeah.
And this is what happens in the business.
Okay.
Yeah. There is no amount of oil that we
You produce.
get today that we can't sell. To the extent, even if we have 200 tons of oil today,
Yes.
buyers are available and they are ready to pay in cash. And they will even encourage you not to sell to
Another
others.
person.
Imagine that kind of business. Remember in the Bible, in the book of Psalm, God said you will flourish like a palm tree.
Okay.
Why did God use palm
About
tree?
palm.
So it's because there is no waste in palm tree. Everything in palm tree is all profitable. So that means if you have to flourish like a palm tree, that means you are favored, you are graced. Everything about you is smooth. So palm kernel business is a very good business which I can encourage people
Yeah.
to venture into because there will be no regrets.
Okay. And you are in the crushing side of the business.
Yeah.
So, and you are saying that even people who want to go into planting of the seed, the palm tree that produce the palm kernel seed, from the palm kernel seed, you have red oil.
Yeah.
Then from the red oil, when you've extracted the red oil, you now have the kernel seed, which you now use
Yeah.
when it is crushed.
Exactly.
So you are also encouraging people can go into the business depending on each stage. Some people can plant, some people can do red oil, but for you chose to go into the crushing of the seeds and extracting the oil.
Yeah.
So regardless of where you are in the business, it's money.
Exactly. Exactly. And that's why God used that particular scripture. You shall flourish like a palm tree, because from beginning of the every part of the tree, of the palm tree,
Is money.
is money.
Okay, at the beginning of this business, did it at any time feel so small, to matter? Did you at any point feel this business, can it produce the kind of money I wanted? And if the answer is yes, how did you talk yourself out of it to continue doing the business?
Yes, being a novice into it is
Yeah.
enough reason for me to start in a little way,
Okay.
because I do not want to waste money. I wanted to be very sure of what the outcome
Will be.
will be. And that's why we started in a very little way. But today, we are no more doing the business in a little way.
Okay, so for someone who is watching and this is strange to him or her, how does the business of palm kernel crushing work? Okay, from sourcing your seed or the palm kernel seed to selling whatever you produce. So just take us through the flow, how you source your seed, and how you crush it, what you used to crush it. You might mention them if you want to, then take us to how you store them and how you sell. So take us through the flow.
Okay, we have suppliers in this business because we can't do everything by ourselves. So the process is well divided. We have people that
Supply the kernel.
We buy from Imo State. We buy from Delta, mainly from Delta states.
Mainly from Delta State. Okay.
Yeah, from Isoko, Abo, Kwale,
Okay.
Ozoro, and so on. They are our major suppliers because of the quality of their kernels.
Okay.
Yeah. So at first, when they bring the kernel, it goes through the process of scaling, so that we can determine the quantity.
Okay.
Because that quantity, whatever the weight is, that is what we will pay you with. Yeah. So after that process, you go through the process of sun drying the kernel.
Okay.
Yeah, because the more dried the kernel is, the more the oil yield.
Oh.
Yeah. The lesser dried it is, the lesser oil you will get. So it's always better to dry them more. Then we had when we started with 3 machines. That was how the business started. Okay. And after the crushing, you move into the process of filtration of the oil.
Okay, so the crushing is done by a machine.
Yeah.
Which is the expeller? Or what
the expeller.
Okay.
You can call it kernel crushing machine.
Okay.
But it is called expeller machine. Once you hear expeller machine, that's the
Okay.
Yeah. So after that process, you move into the process of the filtration.
Okay.
To change the oil color and get it to the yellowish.
Okay, the yellow vegetable.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah. Oh. But in our own hands, it is not yet a finished product.
Okay.
It's still a crude.
Okay.
So until the people that run refineries buy it from us, and refine, that's when it becomes ready for consumption.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So after you've done your filtration, you now store.
Yeah.
Then from storage, you now scale and sell.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, interesting. So you talked about starting small because you wanted to find out the possibilities of the business and you don't want to commit so much money and it goes to waste, right?
Yeah.
But as the business grew, how were you able to, say, okay, I think we can go all in, understanding the risk, understanding the processes. How are you able to, plot the risk and manage it, plot your thinking and also managing? How are you able to do that?
Okay, first of all, this business is capital intensive.
Okay.
After some time, I became convinced of the business based on the inputs and outputs, financial and otherwise. So I decided to add more machines.
Okay.
I remembered when we started manually. It is very, very stressful. The workers, they went through a lot. But currently, we work on automatic system.
Okay.
There are risks that I was not able to take from beginning.
Okay.
Just like I said before, as a result of being a novice. One of the risks is the refinery part of it. Due to exchange rate.
Okay.
One of the risks that I didn't take, which I regret till today, is not moving into refinery.
Okay.
At the same time, I started this business. Okay. Reason being that then, to have a refinery of 30 tons, 600 million naira is enough to do that.
Okay.
But you have option of maybe 10 tons refinery.
Yeah.
But as of today, to talk about refinery of 30 tons, you need to keep like 1.8 billion. Imagine such regrets.
And the refining is also part of the...
That is the most...
Where the bulk of the money is.
Thank you.
Interesting. So you've already said that this business is not for small players.
Yes.
Okay, it's capital intensive. But how can anyone, let's say he has 50 million, 30 million, can such a person start somehow? Is it possible?
Well, it is possible with local machine. Nigerian engineers, they have gone far in fabricating some of these foreign machines.
Okay.
Soap production, machines are being fabricated these days in
Locally?
Nigeria, locally, yeah. What we use is Malaysian machine, which
Okay.
is the perfect and the best machine for this kernel
Business.
crushing business. But there are local machines. But you won't expect the local to be
To give you the same result as
as the Malaysian machine. With Malaysian machine, you can crush 2 times.
okay.
You can crush it 3 times.
Okay.
You can even crush it 4 times.
You mean crush the kernel?
Yes.
Crush and
and
recrush
recrush
and
and
recrush.
recrush and
Okay.
recrush. But with the local machine, you can't do that. You can only crush it once.
Once.
Yeah. So you can now see the more you crush, the more you get more oil.
Or you.
The lesser you crush, the
The
lesser
more you're
the oil.
wasting
You are
oil.
wasting your
Oh.
oil. So these are the 2 different
Disadvantage of
disadvantage of using the locally
locally.
made. But the oil that will be well stored in the PKC, that's palm kernel cake, with the local machine, you can now sell it higher
Okay.
than the PKC from the foreign machine.
Okay.
Because the palm kernel cake from the foreign machine
Has been
is
Don't
lesser.
dry. There's no oil, little oil. in it.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the way. That's one of the ways that you can start with a little amount of money. But remember, this is because of the problem we had with our foreign exchange rates.
Okay. Okay.
As at 5 years ago, with 50 million, yes, you can comfortably
Start the business.
yeah, not that comfortably, but at least you will still go a bit far.
Interesting. Okay, what kind of opportunities do you think people are ignoring today? Because they don't look, very impressive or attractive or interesting. Because at first glance, this business doesn't look interesting, doesn't look appealing. But inside the business is lots of money. And I'm sure there are multiple other businesses people are overlooking. In your own instance, what do you think they are?
Just as you said, I also thought, as you said, that this is very local. I was almost ignoring it. I remember those days when I fly into Nigeria. When my brother takes me to those factories, I will be like, how will I
How
be
can I
able
do
to
this?
cope with this?
I cope with this dirty
The
business.
dirty business. But some dirty business are the real business that give you
Money.
what you really need. So this business is one of the businesses that people neglect, people look down on, because if you see me from Monday to Saturday, I don't look good because I know I'm entering
You're entering somewhere.
somewhere. I can only look good on Sunday or occasionally.
Yeah.
That's the kind of business I've decided, and
do.
I've tried to work on myself to accept this business. As I've made the decision, I
Yeah.
need to make it work. There are many other businesses that people look down on, especially when it comes to agriculture.
Okay.
Pig business is very lucrative business. I know someone who do this, and whenever, in fact, the guy always encourages me to enter,
piggery.
to go into it. But I need space for it, and it's one of my future
Interest you
plan.
have.
Yeah. Another business that people look down on is poultry kind of business. Yes, this business is, when you get to those locations,
They're very dirty.
they are very dirty. They are very dirty. But I will encourage people to look at the outcome.
Yeah.
Look at the end. Greater is always the end of everything than the
the
very
beginning.
beginning. So if you will concentrate on the end, you'll be encouraged. Let me tell you, in this Asaba, I know many people that in their villages, they have this kernel, and they are in Asaba doing what I don't understand. And when you encourage them, move to your village, bring this, they look at it as if you are telling them to move into swamp.
Because someone can be planting the kernel and supplying.
Yeah, had it been from Delta State,
Yeah.
that plantation would have been very easy for me. I find it very difficult moving into that business because of the location where you can smoothly handle this particular business.
Okay, you mean the planting of the kernel?
Yeah. So some of my friends from Delta State that I've encouraged to move into this business, they find it belittling. Yeah.
Belittling.
Yeah.
Where it is producing money.
When it's producing money. So imagine, sometimes they beg for this same money.
And they can't work.
And they
do
come,
business.
that is it. Whereas they have oil money in their villages.
So imagine you are starting this business again today. What will you do differently?
What I would have done differently is focusing on that risk that I didn't take.
Okay, so extending to refining.
Yeah, by all means, there will always be a means. The means could have been taking a loan, maybe selling off a property. The risk would have been anything. The risk would have been suspending some projects to make sure
you stretch to refining.
Yeah, so that's the only regret I have till today. But I've moved on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But someone can still start, just like you said, with one header expeller, right?
Yeah.
You can start with one, maybe buy crush, but the output as the business begins to grow, you can add more expellers, and right?
Yeah.
And you know, I think the time I visited, there is this machine that they separate waste from the kernel.
Shaker.
Okay, so if someone's starting now with small budget, are those things necessary, or just with expeller he can start?
When I started, I didn't start with that shaker. The reason for the shaker is that it takes out the waste.
Yeah.
And the reason for the waste to be separated is so that it doesn't suck the oil, the available oil.
Okay.
So, but you can still manage it. And after some time, you provide the shaker. When we started, we didn't have the hopper. The hopper is the kernel storage.
Okay.
We provided our hopper after like 2-3 years of the business, because it takes huge amount of money to provide that hopper. Yeah.
Now the place you pour the kernel right on top.
Yeah. You need currently you need 60 million for that particular hopper.
But that can be fabricated locally.
It is done here.
Okay.
It is done here. That's why I said Nigerian engineers, they've gone far. Yeah. They fabricate a lot of foreign machines. So it must not be foreign. Reason being that foreign machine is very costly. Currently it's about 55 million, but you have option of going to fairly used.
Yeah.
The same foreign machine.
Okay.
Or going locally.
And for this business, we've already agreed it's a dirty business.
Sure.
And it's not for the feeble or weak-minded.
Not at all.
Again, just like every other thing, it seemed to me that you sought knowledge and we are convinced through the help of your brother who took you around to see where it is being done, how they are doing it.
Yeah.
So you were convinced beyond doubt that there is market for this.
Yeah.
And you took the leap to start.
Yeah.
And the rest is story. And obviously this business is just getting started.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for this business, let's say someone, because I always like the idea of mentorship and modeling and training. You know, how can anyone learn? Maybe someone is still young, doesn't have money, but he wants to understand how those business work. He wants to learn how the business work. Maybe he has planned for it in the future. Okay, how can someone learn? Is it by going to school, or is it by coming to take classes from people like you? So how best can someone learn while preparing themselves for what's ahead in the future?
Okay, we are always open for this proposal. The truth is that I didn't learn it from anyone. After the test running of the factory, it was handed over to us after 2 weeks.
Okay.
From that 2 weeks till today, I was learning
on the go.
As
you're doing, you're learning.
Yeah. And sometimes people come, the people who are into the business as well, they will tell us, why are you not doing it this way? Why are you not this way? We try what they said. And if it works, we pick on. Currently, there's nothing I don't know when it comes to that business. Starting from the machineries down to the mode of production and so on. Some of my maintenance workers who have been into this business for about 15 years, there's nothing they know that I don't know. Sometimes I'm the one giving them instruction do it this way, do it this way. When it comes to having new worker, sometimes they make a mistake. I give them instruction. It's because of my dedication to the business. I calm down, humbled myself to learn what I should know. Sometimes when we bring engineers from outside to come and examine some things, I'm always humble to learn.
Yeah.
If the pieces any of the machine, I can perfectly assemble them by myself without any help.
You can assemble them.
Yeah. When I pick a palm kernel cake,
Yeah.
I can do the lab with this my
your hand.
palm.
You can analyze it just by holding
I can
it.
analyze it with my palm. I will tell them this is the percentage of the oil in this palm kernel cake. And when they argue it, it goes through the lab process. And at the end, they will confirm. And I've been teaching them as well. This is how you know it.
Okay.
Sometimes there are palm kernel cakes I will see. I will tell them there is no need for running lab. It will be a waste of chemical because I already know the quality is perfect. So whenever, for those that are trying to enter into the business, don't enter into this business and begin to feel big. You will be at home making calls. What. You must be present. If you want to remain absent, the business will remain absent, even in your presence.
Interesting ideas to think about. So, from your own standpoint, I want to understand generally, because there are few people controlling more than 90% of the money in circulation. Is making money really difficult?
It's making money really difficult.
Yes.
It's not difficult, as I know. It depends on individuals. Some people find it difficult to push hard. Some people push hard and stop pushing.
Yeah.
Take, for instance, I'm from a very poor family background. I wish I can tell my story here, but that's a story for another day. But just
Tell. Wait, I'll tell.
I wasn't one of those born with a silver spoon. Yeah. So I really suffered. I remember when I was into trading, that I bring goods from some African countries. At some point, I do bring ladies' wears.
Okay, from Togo.
And from Togo, from Cotonou, from Ghana. At some point, the goods were seized by Nigerian custom. First one was seized. We did another one. It was seized at Seme border. That's Cotonou, Nigerian border. First one was seized at Lagos Cargo Airport. Second one was seized at the Seme Nigerian border. Third one was seized inside Cotonou. It was at that point I decided that I'm leaving Nigeria. And I gathered the remaining cash with me. My mom supported me with the last card
that she had.
And I left Nigeria with it. I refused to
give up.
I refused to be found where I was. So, yes, the government may be making things hard, but you have to push on. Yeah. There is no failure until you decided that you have failed.
Yeah. I think this is a very striking. So you're saying that all success and failure is psychological.
Yeah.
It lives in the head.
Yeah.
If you refuse to give up.
Yeah.
If you continue to push.
Success is on
ultimately,
the way. Yeah.
You will get what you want.
Yeah.
So, wow. What a way to end this episode. I think this is an interesting idea. So it means that if you continue to push, regardless of anything, whether it is money, your goals, whatever you're pursuing, if you don't give up, if you continue to adjust the sail, push harder, try next time, do better, over time, it all compounds, and at the end of the day, you get what you want. So Mr. Sam is living his dreams. He's building a business that he's interested and loves. And so we want to thank you for coming today to share with us what you're doing. And we hope to see you next time. Thank you for coming, Mr. Sam.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And I will hope to see you again.
You will.